Hello, welcome to Toronto TV. Today we have a program called Live. My name is Joseph Lau. I'm your host today. So on every live program, we interview different kinds of people from different industry, different profession. We try to give our audience an overview of like what specialist is. Today we have a special guest from Highland Memorial Gardens. It's from Janice Chen. Janice, how do you do?
I'm fine, thank you, Joseph.
Okay, yeah. I know that you have been working in Highland Memory Gardens for quite a number of years. So can you tell me more about like what's Highland Memory Gardens?
Well, Highland Memory Gardens was established over 50 years, and we have served the community, which is 1.5 million people have pre-arranged with us.
So according to your brochure, you say that you're helping families to pre-plan cemetery and funeral arrangements. I hope that I don't need it right now. But what's that mean? That means like they have to like join into a special like payment scheme to arrange the funeral service, or?
Yeah. Well, first of all, there are many benefits to pre-planning, and I usually encourage families to see me ahead of time.
Okay.
And what we can do is we sit down and pre-arrange and help families to understand what they really need, to pre-plan ahead of time, and explain to them the benefits to it.
So if say for example, if I don't have a pre-plan, so and unfortunately we have a like family member they just pass away, then I know that will be cost a lot of money for those like funeral services and the cemetery. And what kind of costs we're looking at? Like we don't have a plan.
Well, first of all, when there's a death occurs in the family, first you must understand that there are 87 things that must be done.
87 things.
Yes, I actually have a list here of the 87 things that
Okay.
must be done when a death occurs in the family.
Mm-hmm.
And immediately, right away, you have to do a couple of things, to name a few.
Okay.
And the cost involved is everything has to be paid in cash upfront.
Okay.
And the benefit to pre-planning, you can do it ahead of time, and you can actually take up a installment plan.
So you say you have like 80 something expenses to spend, right? So what are the major expenses? Like the coffin, the
cascade.
The cascade.
The first expense you must remember is the funeral.
Okay.
Okay, funeral. In the range, you're talking about the amount, the dollars, dollar amount, depending on your budget. Okay.
Okay.
And how elaborate the casket you want it to be, but in the range of, if you're talking about an average, depending on the visitation, if you're talking about immediate disposal, 1 day visitation or 2 day visitation, Joseph.
Okay. So that means that the more visitation and more cost.
That's right.
Yeah, and the better the cascade, the more money.
Exactly.
More money. Yeah, I know. In Canada, people normally they don't save for future, right? So they just spend all their money in the census. But the point is that when suddenly that something happened, that it was the way to find the money. So that's why you have a pre-plan. So how does it work? It's an insurance kind of thing, or just like a kind of saving, and then we just at the end we just use what we save.
Okay. Pre-planning. First of all, we're talking about peace of mind.
Okay.
Because nobody knows better than yourself what you really want.
Okay.
And second is
you mean for my funeral?
Yes. Second is you save your family and your loved ones from all the uncertainty because they really do not know what you want.
Okay.
Right? And the third is planning ahead saves you money because you're paying in today's dollars.
Okay. But then I'm losing interest.
Well,
one way or the other.
Well, because as you know, burial costs it keeps going up.
It's going up.
Every year.
So every year.
Today,
Okay.
We're talking about you're paying in today's dollars. And we have an installment plan that you can work and you can pay in 4 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 years, then I can forecast I will. And what about after 4 years I'm still alive? So.
Well, after 4 years, if you're still alive, it's good because you know that everything has been taken care of.
Okay.
But in the course of the 4 years, if something do happen to you, touch wood.
Okay.
Whatever it is, the company will take care of for the rest.
It's kind of like this insurance
It's
plan,
kind of
or?
insurance, but it's insured with my company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means like if during the plan I'm passed away, then I don't. So my family or my relatives, they don't have to pay a cent to cover my funeral.
That's right. If the first down payment is certain amount, which is 35% down payment.
Okay.
Say today, if you sign this agreement, that okay, Janice, I'd like to work with you and with the company, and I'd like to pre-plan. You put a down payment of 35%.
Okay.
And something happened to you tomorrow, Joseph.
Yeah.
The rest
Hope
is
not.
being taken care of.
Okay. I'm not sure it will, but anyway, so that's good. But the point is that after 4 years, that means like, say, then I finished my payment plan. So the money keeps in your company.
Yeah.
So until the day I pass away, then my relatives, they use the money on my funeral.
Well, the first call they make is to the cemetery, and
Okay.
everything has, since you said everything has been paid for, nothing has to be paid at the time of your death.
Okay.
So, because everything is already
It's covered.
It's covered.
They cover. Okay. But the thing is that, it's only on the money term. What about the location of my cemetery, or is
Well, that is where the benefit come in, because you got the choice. Since you say you pre-plan, you get a choice to really see where you want to spend the rest
Okay.
of your life, to be buried next to whoever you want, because it's a choice to choose where you want to be.
So that means that piece of land is reserved for me.
Yes. And by the time you paid up everything, say just now you're talking about the 4 years, you will be issued a deed, and this deed is for the space forever.
Okay.
And you own the space forever.
I see. So I have the right to the land, to
That's
the
right.
piece of land.
That's right.
Oh, okay. Are there many like Canadian they are joining the pre-plan, or how do you have any statistics show that they have this kind of planning or not?
Well, statistics show that 60% Canadians and say 40% Chinese will take up this pre-planning idea.
40% of Chinese.
Yes, you'll be surprised.
Yeah, I'm very surprised.
About these days. Because people are very knowledgeable
Mhm.
and they know that it makes sense to plan ahead of time.
Okay. So you're right. Then I have the choice. Otherwise, I don't have the choice. Somebody have the choice. Yeah. Okay. And what kind of money wise? Like, what's the average like monthly? The investment we're talking about here. So.
Well, if you're talking about everything,
Yeah.
or you just are talking about just the space.
I think everything. Yeah.
Everything.
Everything covered. Yeah.
Cover. You're looking at, say, you put a down payment of whatever you can afford. It's not $50 is still called a down payment.
Okay.
And then you're looking at about $150, range from $150 to $350 per month.
Okay. So
Depending on what you choose.
times 4 years.
Yeah.
So you're talking about $10,000 for the funeral, everything.
Funeral is about $7,000.
7,000.
For yeah.
Our cemetery.
Cemetery, it
Cemetery.
costs, say, if you're talking about cremation, it ranges about $4,000 to $5,000 per person.
Okay.
And that's for cremation.
If not cremation, it's
Burial?
burial.
Burial is about $7,000 to $8,000.
7,000 to 8,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So that means 7,000. This 7,000. That's about 14,
That's right.
14,
If you
15,000
don't pre-plan, you need to have that amount of money.
to upfront. Yeah, I know.
Upfront,
Yeah.
at the
Otherwise,
time of
either
death.
my family will
Yeah.
get into debt for this
That's
kind.
right.
Yeah. So I know that your company has like 2 locations for me to choose, right? Can you go over to look at those sites?
Sure,
Let's see.
Joseph.
Yeah, let's get. Okay.
Okay. We have here Highland Memory Gardens, which is located on Steeles, off of Don Mills and Steeles Avenue. And this Highland Memory Gardens has started since 1950s, okay? And the land is land is about 58 acres there, and we serve over 1.5 million families. We have helped to serve over 1.5 million families.
5 million in this location.
Not this location, all over, all across Canada, coast to coast. Okay.
Coast to coast. So you have
We're located all over Canada, meaning that if a family purchase a space in Ontario, and 15-20 years down the road, if they move to BC, Vancouver, we can transfer at no charge.
Okay. So that means you have another location. The cemetery in BC
Yep, BC, Edmonton, anywhere. So it doesn't matter where you bought from. Say, for instance, you bought from Ontario, Canada, Toronto, and you move to Vancouver 15 years down the road, we can transfer at no charge because you have already paid for, and we can
you know,
So you have
because
money, so that's already.
and people don't never know where they will be living in the next 10, 15 years. You see,
That's correct.
yeah.
So okay, that's one. I think that's a good location. Huh? It's close to the heart. It's on that
Don Mills and
Mills
Steels. Yeah,
still in 416 area.
that's right.
What about the other one?
The other one, which is called Highland Hills Memorial Gardens, is located on Woodbine, off on Stouffville Side Road. That's right. It's called, yeah, Stouffville. And the area there is 88 acres. And it was open since 1998.
So this one, a newer site.
Newer site, yes.
And then how many burials in that location?
Oh, lots. And because it's new, actually, you know, it's right up in Stouffville. And actually, the land there, if you stand on the hill, you can actually see CN Tower from there. I'm not kidding.
Okay.
Yes.
Still facing Toronto.
Yeah, and it's pretty new and it's very nice. The scenery is beautiful. It's very peaceful there.
Okay. Yeah. So let's go back and talk. Say. Normally, what's the criteria like? How to choose? I know besides your company, there's also other company on the market. They offer the same kind of service. So what makes the difference? Your company and the other companies.
Okay, Memorial Gardens. First of all, we pre-plan, help families to pre-plan by actually going to the family's house instead of they coming to our home. Memorial Gardens is the only company that does that. So in the comfort of their own home, and they can tell us as family counselors what they really want. So instead of they coming to our home.
Okay. So, but one thing is say that's a 4 years like payment plan. So is there any like payment difference between like the one is around 30 to 40 and the other one is like 70 to 80s? Is there any cost difference?
No, there's no cost difference.
Okay.
On the
But your
price.
company is running a risk that if the applicant dies, I mean before the payment plan finished, then
Oh, that's the cash there, okay, Joseph. And it is you have to do it before 66. If just now remember I was talking to you about one
Okay.
of the benefits.
yeah.
If you sign today and you die on us tomorrow, so the cash is you have to do it before 66. If
Okay.
you're 70 and you die on us tomorrow, that is something
That's not
becomes-
applicable.
No, that's not applicable.
So
yes.
66 is a bar. That's a
That's
bar
right.
line. Okay. Yeah.
And there's another benefit, Joseph, that I have
Yeah.
not mentioned, and it's called a free child protection benefit protection.
Okay.
Meaning that if you have a child between the age of 1 and 19,
Okay.
if should they go before you, and while in the course of payment, whatever you bought, we will give that child for free.
Okay. So that means the child child family member they got the free ride.
Yes,
If
that's
I
one
join
of the benefits if they go before
if
you.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Besides that, one of the other benefits
I see.
Yes.
But that should be like 19 years or
between 1 and 19.
19. So
Yes.
over
Of course, we
the-
don't hope that the child will go before you, but
Mhm.
life is so uncertain.
Okay. What about its accident? The same?
Yeah.
Same, it covers
anything.
everything.
Yeah.
So then that means one payment plan covers 2 or 3 members.
Yeah. That's
Okay.
right.
I can say that. Okay.
Yeah.
What about you also have something like called like protection agreement or kind of this?
Well, protection agreement means that you're protected.
Mhm.
You sign today and something happens to you tomorrow. That is called a protection agreement. Free
Okay.
child is whatever I've mentioned earlier, between the age of 1 and 19.
Yeah.
Price guarantee, another benefit, which is your guarantee at today's dollars.
Mhm.
Convenient payment plans, that's another benefit, meaning
Yeah.
that you can go by installment between 1 year to 4 years, up to a maximum of 4 years.
Any interest incurred or
Yes, there's the interest, of course, when there's a installment plan, and there's a
Okay.
5% interest.
5% interest?
Yes, and
Okay.
deferred payment is another benefit to it, Joseph, and
Mhm.
that means that in the course of payment, should you have some financial difficulties,
Mhm.
you can just call me and say, hey, Janice, I'm going through some financial difficulties.
Okay.
Can you, your company defer? Yes, we can defer up to 6 months. So actually, you're taking up to 4.5 years. If you're
Okay.
taking 4 years. And then the
Okay.
transfer privilege that I mentioned earlier,
Mhm.
that you can transfer coast to coast at no charge.
Okay. So what about the return policy? Any return policy?
Oh yes, you can actually, if you say you move back to another country, say Hong Kong or whatever, you can sell it back to my company at the
Okay.
price that you had paid for.
Okay. So that means if I paid like $10,000, I can sell back to the company at $10,000.
The thing is, if the land,
Yeah.
for the land,
Mhm.
40% of whatever you purchase goes to TD Canada Trust. There's a trust fund, meaning that at no time in the future
Okay.
will any of your children have to maintain the property. This trust fund will help to maintain the property forever. So meaning that if you say you return it back to my company after 30 years down the road, you move back to another country,
Okay.
we would deduct that amount because it is already in the trust fund.
Okay. So the 40% is held by the trust fund, so I can get back 60%
That's
what
right.
I pay up.
Yes, for
So
the
what?
space.
So okay, then 40% was I stay in the bank in the
You
trust
collect
fund.
interest actually.
Okay. I collect interest from that. Okay.
Yes.
So that means basically I'm pretty safe. I don't lose any money. My family don't lose any money.
Well,
I mean, if for example, like you say, if I drop the plan, and then I can get
well,
back.
first we would suggest that if you have someone else that you would like to transfer to, in that way you don't really lose any money. In fact, you make some money because, as I mentioned earlier, the price of land keep going up every year. So by the time maybe 20 years down the road, you say, okay,
I don't agree
want to
that you
sell.
make money because the cost is high. Yes, I agree that, but we don't sell it for profit making, so we don't make money.
Okay, at least you cover what you have paid for in the first place. So we would suggest the first thing you do is to transfer to someone that you know.
Okay.
Or even if you know anyone across Canada, you can just transfer it to someone who is in Edmonton.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It doesn't have to be in Ontario.
and that transfer privilege is only applied to relatives or could be anyone.
To anybody.
Anybody.
Friend,
Okay.
relative.
Yeah. Someone I know or someone
you
I don't know.
Yeah, who can buy over from you. The last resort is to sell it back to my company.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So another question is like, okay, once that I mean, if I pass away, buried, is there any maintenance fee for the cemetery maintenance or?
No, the answer is
It's
no.
no.
Because
Okay.
you have already paid everything, and 40% goes to the trust fund. This money will maintain the property forever.
Okay.
So no time in the future, your children, your great-great-grandchildren have to go to the cemetery to cut grass.
Oh,
Or
okay.
clean anything.
So then basically your company manage the cemetery,
Yes.
and then there's no additional, no other
No cost
causes,
involved.
no pricing. Because I know that, actually my father, actually my grandparents, they buried in Hong Kong, and every year we still have to spend some money. They say that's for the Buddhist, and they have some kind of like ceremony or festival. Every time they come in, they just take the money.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
But not here in Canada.
Not here.
And you'll be issued a deed, like I said earlier, once it's paid up, and you own this piece of land forever.
Okay.
I believe in some countries, after 15 or 30 years,
Yeah, we have
they
to
assume you.
assume and then get back the land.
That's
So
right.
that's the lifetime. No, so it's a permanent deed.
Permanent address.
Permanent. You have a number for it.
Well, you can choose the number. That's why pre-planning comes in. You can choose 168 or whatever the lot number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even
And
a,
actually, you can if you like the location, you don't know about the location, you can actually engage the service of a feng shui master to come and look at the place. Engage
Okay.
their service, and this feng shui master can come in and I think when
does your
when
company
you
work
die,
with
you can
certain
face
feng shui
whichever
master before like some?
Well, we
some,
can engage. We can help you to find one because we have some good ones that are working along with us,
Okay.
and we always refer them to our
To
clients
the-
if they need this service.
Yeah. So that means they are also pre-planning the feng shui.
Yeah, some people believe in that, so we
Yeah.
won't mind because whatever is we're helping the families.
Okay. But on the other side, for example, that's the two sites in Toronto area. Your company go for any feng shui master to look at it before you sell it? I mean,
To sell
before, yeah.
You mean the customer?
No, I mean your company.
The company.
Yeah.
Yes, we do that
You
too.
do that.
Because we must know which facing is good, so that we have an idea.
Okay.
Which, say for instance, all the monuments,
Mhm.
we must be facing in the direction which is good facing. Otherwise, we won't be able to sell all our lots. You see, if we are facing some, say, west or whatever, and it's not a good thing.
You mean
not a
even
good
direction?
facing?
You mean the what's that?
monument.
The monument,
Yeah, the tombstone.
the tomb zone.
Yeah, we engage a feng shui master to.
Okay, so facing east or
Yeah,
45
east or
degrees
south,
or
that's
south. Okay.
Southeast.
Uh-huh.
So all is in the same direction. So everyone is very uniform. It's faced
Okay.
in this one direction
Oh.
to the location. I mean, to
To facing, okay.
in that
It's not this
direction.
one facing south and then the other one.
No, we don't
Oh,
do
that
that.
looks-
It's
looks
all very
awkward.
uniform. Yeah, and
Mhm.
we have actually engaged feng shui master
So as to do it.
to do that.
Okay. So, and I know that it's a big like cemetery. So, but you don't know how many can be buried in that places. Or will it be like, I mean, one day, so if I don't join it today, maybe next year say, sorry, this location is full house. You have to
That's
select
right.
select other places, or
Well, at the time of death, you
Mhm.
only get whatever is available. But
Okay.
before pre-planning comes in, and you
Mhm.
can actually find the lot
Lot.
that's facing whichever direction that you like.
how big is the space?
One space is 14 feet by 4 feet.
14 by 4
yeah,
feet.
4 by
Okay.
14 feet.
Yeah. Okay. It's
So
quite.
it's a lot of, it's very roomy.
Yeah. Okay. Not like Hong Kong. They just like side by side.
And some customs actually, Joseph, they
Mhm.
believe in double dab, you know? They
Mhm.
like
Double that. Yeah.
double deck,
Mhm.
one on top of the other. So
Okay.
depending on your culture, on your custom.
Uh-huh.
And we have cremation indoor and outdoor. So if you think, oh, you know, I'm afraid of cold, so
Mhm.
go indoor. If you prefer indoor cremation.
Okay. Cremation.
Yeah. And we have crypt too. Crypt. Most of the Italians, they believe in crypt,
Mhm.
and it's actually burial
Okay.
indoor, above
Bury
ground.
indoor. Yeah.
Above ground.
Above ground.
Yeah.
makes me feel bad.
So depending on the custom and the culture. yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I know. So I think you have been in this business for how long? I mean,
Over a year.
over a year. So
Yeah.
how do you like the job?
I love it.
Love it?
because that's my strength, you see.
Mhm.
Meeting people and helping them.
Okay. Yeah. And do you find any difficulty, like, I mean, selling this kind of service, or?
Not at all.
At
In
all.
fact, I enjoy it so much
Mhm.
because I love meeting people,
Okay.
and we are out to reach out to them, you know.
Mhm.
And once they see the benefit,
Mhm.
they believe in it. Oh yeah, it does make sense. Sometimes some people are in denial. They say, oh no, I don't want to talk
No.
about it. But when you explain to them the benefits to do it in advance, ahead of time,
Mhm.
and they say, yeah, it makes sense.
Mhm. But I like your saying. You say I can plan my own way. Most people they pass away. They can somebody planning for them.
That's right. Because
Yeah.
it's a norm before in those Asian days, olden days.
Mhm.
That, oh, you know, my children will take care. But in this new
Mhm.
generation, everyone is busy.
I see.
So you're actually helping your children. You're eliminating their burden.
Okay. But I think yours. I heard about say some cases like, I mean, some people they work exactly. I mean, they work in the funeral, and they try to avoid. I mean, like going to like wedding, going to some happiness events. But I think yours is just selling the pre-planning service, right?
Yeah.
So that doesn't affecting you right there.
Well, our company, we even do pre-planning of funeral
Mm-hmm.
besides cemetery.
The cemetery.
These two are actually separate issues.
Okay.
Some people, they think that, oh, I've already done my cemetery, but this doesn't cover funeral. Funeral is a separate issue, but
Mhm.
we will do that for
You
the
do it.
family as well.
Okay.
Unless they say, no. I
But your
just-
company doesn't own any funeral home?
Oh, yes, we do.
You do. Okay.
We have
Mm-hmm.
97 funeral homes and
In-
40 cemetery gardens all across Canada.
Okay.
Yep.
Then
and
one thing
28
is it the biggest? I mean, company in this industry, or
Our company?
yeah.
Well, second largest
Second
in
largest.
North America
Mhm.
and the largest in Canada.
Okay. So it's an American company, or is
Canadian
it
company.
Canadian company?
Yes.
Okay. Good. I mean, because this is first time I heard about this company, but normally we Chinese we try not to talk about my future pass away.
But I'm here to give you a permanent address.
Okay. Can I pick the number? Okay. Yeah, it's nice talking to you, Janice. Yeah, it give me and a lot of our audience a lot of information, and also like let me take away my fear about the funeral things. Yeah.
Thank you, Joseph.
Okay. All right. Thanks for coming.
Thank you
So
very much.
and thanks for watching the Toronto TV. So next time we'll bring along another guest to talk about another interesting topics.